Today we're going to talk about what is the actual definition of success. I hear success everywhere. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to create success, success, success. And I got sick and tired of hearing that word. I'm like, what does it mean to be successful, right? So my name is Michael Barayo. I was able to build a successful team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. And we did that with zero money invested. Now we have a sales and marketing company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. So what does it mean to be successful, okay? And I always wanted to know this because there's so many definitions of being successful, right? Success is about a certain amount of money, a certain amount of girls, a certain amount of this, a certain amount of that. And what I realized is that there's a book by Jim Collins, From Good to Great, and he talks about in order for you to be successful, there's 3 components you really need to have, right? 3 components of your life. Number 1 is what are you most passionate about? Like, how do you find success, right? Figure out what are you most passionate about. What are you passionate about? What are you excited about? What drives you a little bit? What kind of moves you a little bit? What gets you excited? What gets you curious to learn more about something, right? And when you figure out what you're passionate about, and you add the next thing, which is what can you be the best at in the world, right? What can you be great at? For example, I loved football as a kid. I was passionate about football, but guess what? I just wasn't going to make it to the NFL. Why was that? Because I wasn't going to be the best at it. I was too small. I wasn't tall enough, right? I couldn't play those positions well. So guess what? It wasn't for me. I wasn't going to be the best at it. But if you could take your passions, add it with what you could be the best at based on your talent, your skills, your gifts that God has given you, okay? And you add another component, which is what will drive your economic vehicle, right? What will drive the engine, the economic engine, which is, for example, for me, was sales, right? So guess what? My first thing, what was I passionate about? I was very passionate about learning about people, passionate about understanding psychology, passionate about dealing with others, right? The second thing that I really said to myself, well, how can I become the best at what I'm doing, right? What can I do in the world that's going to give me the chance of becoming the best at something? For me, it was going out there and doing what? Dealing with people. I know it sounds crazy and ironic, but for me, I realized I'm really good at communicating with people. They may not like me at first in some specific situations when I was younger, but guess what? I figured out what I would be really great at, right? And I didn't know yet, but I kind of started figuring that out little by little. My work ethic was insane. So I knew, okay, I could be the best at this. I'm passionate about this. And what can make me money? I mean, there's a lot of professions out there that you could be passionate about and be really good at. You could be passionate about planting tulips. You could be passionate about it so much that you love tulips. You may be the best tulip planter and the tulip planter in the freaking world. But will it make you a lot of money? Probably not. I don't know, right? So you got to figure out the last thing. What is that driving engine going to take you? Like, how far can you go with that specific, that talent, that skill, that vehicle? Where can you go to become successful? And if you match those 3 things together, if you have the right vehicle with the right enough passion, right, with the skill set or the characteristics or the gifts or the talents that God has given you, you could take those 3 things and put it together. That is when you create success. Because being successful is not about being miserable. So many people are successful with money, but they're not happy in life. And I hear this all the time. Money doesn't make you happy. Who the fuck said money's going to make you happy? Right? And probably a broke guy said that. But to be honest with you, money has nothing to do with happiness, and happiness has nothing to do with money. It's 2 different things. Happiness is happiness. Money is money. 2 different things. Right? If I'm happy, I'm happy. I don't have to have money attached to it or not. Now, is it easier to have a little bit of a happier mood when you have a little bit of money? Of course. But money necessarily, whether it's more or less, will not give you a gauge on how happy you'll be that day or that week or that month. Happiness comes from we could talk about it for another 30 minutes about that, but happiness comes from unconditional giving, right? When you give unconditional to other people and it's not about you, because true happiness is when you're truly fulfilled on the inside and nobody can make you happy. Like I used to have this friend who used to tell me, you don't make me happy. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean make you happy? How can I make you happy? You got to make yourself happy, right? But in order to create success, you got to figure out what you're passionate about. You got to figure out what you can be really, 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 really good at. Skill set, character-wise, talent-wise. Think about that, right? And last but not least, make sure there's an economic engine that can kind of get you from point A to point B. Otherwise, you'll be miserable because guess what? You can have the best freaking passion about anything you want. You can have the best of you can be the best at what you're doing, but there's no money involved. It's going to be a waste of time because you won't be able to be successful. So that's my opinion. Jim Collins, great book. I highly recommend you reading that book. And if you love this kind of content, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.